I did discover my purpose. Where I was failed in my childhood, what could have been different? What wasn't I being taught? Well, I was being taught all these wonderful things, but I wasn't being taught about sexual abuse. So I decided last year to resign from my full-time job and go after something called Erin's Law. 1 in 4 girls, as I said, and 1 in 6 boys were sexually abused by the time they reach the age of 18. And as my statistics say here, 73% of the time, children do not tell within the first year of abuse, like myself. 45% don't tell within 5 years. Kids are listening to the only message they're being given, and that is from these perpetrators, to be quiet. We teach kids in school tornado drills, bus drills, fire drills. It's mandated in so many states to educate kids on this. We teach kids on internet safety, bully intervention, all these wonderful programs out there, but nothing that teaches kids on safe touch, unsafe touch, safe secrets, unsafe secrets. Curriculum out there, age appropriate, was this vision I was going for a year ago, wanting to get a law in our system in the schools of Illinois to get kids the education that I never had, to empower kids to have a voice. So last January in 2010, I sent letters to all the senators and the governor of Illinois, telling them my personal experience and why we need to educate kids in the schools on sexual abuse. Because it's something that's so important. And as a young child, there was one final program that I was taught. That final program, many of you probably remember from your days in school. And it was DARE. I'm holding my little DARE graduate card. And what DARE taught us was the 8 ways to say no to drugs. But I stand before you today and say, where were the 8 ways on how to get away and how to tell today? It's a message that never came. It's a message we're continuing to fail kids day in and day out by not empowering them with their voice, by not giving them the tools to speak up if they are being abused. And I'm going to read just a little small portion. As a young kid, something so many of you remember being taught that I was writing about in my own childhood diary while being abused. It was all about the Stranger Danger program. 93% of the time, a child is sexually abused by someone they love and trust. 7% of the time, it's by a stranger. So basically, the Stranger Danger program that we use throughout this country is only reaching 7% of the school-age population. On the way home, I sat over and over in my head, thinking about what just happened. As you can imagine, I had just been abused. In school, a guy called Officer Friendly teaches us about stranger danger. Never to answer the door when your parents aren't home. I thought people, like Brian, jumped out of bushes at night and attacked you. I was never warned about my own family. They don't teach you that in school. Clearly, at 12 years old, I knew exactly what they were not teaching us, which is why I decided to go after this law, to get the curriculum from preschool through 5th grade into the